over at MetaStock. I'm going to go ahead and pause this. I still have the music coming in. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm just going to introduce Edward out today and read the legal disclaimer since I'm really good at it. So I want to say thanks for coming. I hope you guys are all doing good. I hope you're having a good day today. And I hope you're staying nice and safe and nice and healthy. So let's go ahead and start. Today's demonstration is designed to instruct you on using MetaStock and the accompanying software plugins. It is not a recommendation to buy or sell, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, and techniques presented today should only be used by investors who are aware of the risk inherent in trading. MetaStock shall have no liability for any investment decisions based on the use of their software, any trading strategies, or any information provided in connection with the company. So I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I do want to spend a second or two just to talk a little bit about Edward. Edward has been a member of the MetaStock team here for exactly 3 years, as he puts it. I don't think that means exactly 3 years today, but it might. In any case, Edward is one of our sales guys. He's very, very serious. He works very hard. He's a very nice guy. He knows what he's talking about. And I'm excited to see what he has to say today. So let's go ahead and kind of turn over the time to you, Edward. How you doing?
Hey, thank you for the introduction. I'm doing well. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm trying to figure out which of these MetaStock webinar organizers are you. Did you just get a screen to say I should share my screen?
Let me see.
Yes, it might not. Oh, okay, good.
All right, I'm up.
I'm out of your way. Your turn.
All right, thank you. All right, hey, you guys. Thank you guys for all being here today. So today we're kind of just going to go through MetaStock. I want to show you guys the power behind MetaStock with some of our most, I'd say, popular and famous tools that we do offer, our most used tools per se. Really, this webinar is going to be decided for anybody, but for those that don't have MetaStock, I want you guys to pay attention because I want you to see the value that you can get out of our software. It can really help you out. So first, to kind of give you some background on MetaStock software, we were actually created back in 1982 by Steve Achilles. If I said that correctly, I don't know. But yeah, so we've been out here for a long time. That's about 40 years. We pretty much pioneered technical analysis software. So we have a lot of credibility behind us. We were purchased by Reuters. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with them back in 1995. And then we released a real-time data feed in 2005 based on their technology, which was a pretty big deal. But we released our Zenith product in 2012, which is another extremely popular product, great for fundamental research and stuff. But we won't be going over that today, of course. And then we've sold over 300,000 copies of MetaStock software, which is really huge. That's a lot of people out there that own MetaStock, and there's a good reason for it. Anyways, we did buy ourselves back away from Thomson Reuters back in 2013, so we are our own company again. The great thing about that is, you know, we're really focusing on building MetaStock. We continue to develop tools within the software, make it easier to use, and provide, you know, just anything we can for the software to make a trader's life easier when trading. One of the big things, I guess, that I would like to brag about the software is we've been awarded for 26 straight years in a row the #1 technical analysis software in its pricing category, which is pretty huge. And that was according to Stocks and Commodities magazine. So that puts a lot of credibility behind our software. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the power of the software now. If anyone has any questions or anything like that during the presentation, feel free to ask them. I'm not watching the YouTube questions. So if Greg wants to let me know about questions that comes from there, that would be great. But I will be watching here in the GoToWebinar. So anyways, this is what the software looks like. For those of you that don't know, don't have the software, when you first open it, this is kind of going to be your first screen. Up here in this top left corner is going to be kind of where you're going to control the software. This is where you run everything. Immediately, you're going to notice that there's some tabs over here on the left side of the screen. And these are all the main tools, like the main power tools, I guess you can say, that we have in the software. You know, you got your charting tab, Quote Center, which is a great tool, the Explorer, which is our scanner. We got the system tester, the forecaster, and then option scope. They all have their own unique things that you do with them, of course, but to kind of start out, I'm going to open up a chart for you, apply an indicator, apply some of the tools, and show you what MetaStock can do. So first, I'm just going to open up Apple. And to kind of explain this screen right here, you can customize the chart when you open it. If you see over here on the right side, you can say, you know, load default records and how many you want to load. You can load the maximum, which I'll do. You can load a specific date / time of the chart. You know, you can pick your interval. We're going to do daily. And then there are this thing right here, which are called templates. We'll get into that later, but we're going to open up Smart Chart. And here I go with Apple. I'm going to change the background a little bit, so it's probably easier to see for you guys. And we'll just exit out of the indicator. Let me hurry up and do this. So anyways, this is kind of when you open up a chart, typically it's a clean chart. I probably should have cleared my smart charts before opening this to show you guys right away. But it's a clean chart, and what's really unique about MetaStock is you can customize the chart how you want it. You just saw how I changed the background color. You can change background color, the bars colors. So if you double click on, like, basically double clicking is one of the key features. Double click on something, a properties window will appear. But anyways, for an example, you can double click on the price bars and or candlesticks at that point, and you could change. We have 9 different charting styles. I like the candlesticks, so that's where I'm going to keep it at, but I'll change them actually to bars to show you the difference there. So when you change them, you can customize colors of up and down and stuff. Anyways, you got customization. That's great. You also have all your drawing tools and stuff. You might want to type on the chart. You might want to do circles on things, draw trend lines, whatever. We have all that stuff, which is, you know, everyone's going to need that. And then one of the great things I'm going to show you is our indicator quick list. This indicator list has hundreds of indicators. Obviously, I have a lot more than a new user is going to have because I also have add-ons a part of my MetaStock software, which will include indicators when you purchase add-ons and stuff. For this demonstration, I'm going to apply the MACD indicator. We all know the MACD, and for those that don't, I'm going to kind of go through it a little bit. So what we do is we grab it, select it, drag it at the top of the chart there, and it'll open up in its own window. And now you can do that with several indicators, create the chart how you want it, of course. Now for the MACD, to kind of explain how the MACD works for those of you that are a bit new and don't understand the MACD yet, typically there's 2 lines on the indicator. There's a dotted line or dashed line, and then there's a solid line. When the solid line crosses up above the dotted line, that's typically an entry point to get into the trade. When it crosses below, you exit the trade and then you go short. So you can do short trades like that. And that's kind of how it works. Well, what's great about MetaStock is we offer something called an expert advisor that, you know, being new, it's good because it can point out these buy and sell signals. So what I'm going to do is apply an expert advisor to show you that, which is this little guy up here. And I'm already selected on it. There's a lot of expert advisors when you first get MetaStock, and they all have different analysis. There's basically just a bunch of different analysis that you can apply to a chart. And I'm going to do that with the MACD to give you an example. MACD. Okay, so we click attach and then close. And now, as I was mentioning before, once that solid line drops below the dotted line, it's a sell. And then if it goes above the dotted line, it's a buy. And that's kind of what the MACD will point out. Now, another great thing of the MACD is it actually provides commentary. So it's not just going to be signals. Sometimes you want to get more out of your analysis. So we can apply commentary. And what we do is we right click in the chart, go to Expert Advisor and click Commentary, and you get this window here. I am going to take this window and attach it to the side. And anyways, the commentary will tell us about the MACD. I'm going to scroll through to, let me make this chart the right size. Okay. I'm going to click on a buy signal right here, which will allow us to talk about the MACD on the specific day. So this black arrow right here will move the commentary to whatever day that black arrow is pointing at. And so I just wanted to point that up to the buy signal. Anyways, it's going to give you some information based on this expert advisor. So this one, for example, says the MACD can provide buy and sell indications in 3 ways: signal line crossovers, which is what we were looking at, overbought and oversold conditions, and divergences. Right now, currently the MACD is bullish since it is trading above its signal line. So that's when it crossed above. The MACD crossed above its signal line just today, 0 periods ago. Since the MACD crossed, its moving average of Apple price has been unchanged and has ranged from high, so on and so forth. So it'll give you details based on the MACD due to the expert advisor there. Another great thing about the expert advisor isn't only the signals and the commentary, but a lot of them will have ribbons as well. If you can see under the chart, you'll see this red and green ribbon. So it's kind of like a trend bias thing. But basically, it'll tell you what the trend is based on the objective indicator that is applied in the expert advisor. For this example, it's the MACD. So if we have the solid line crossing below that dotted line, that's the sell signal that you can see right here. That's also going to show a bearish trend, because this means that the trend is becoming bearish. Once this is under the dotted line, it's going to be red. If it's above the dotted line, it's green. And you want to trade with the trend. So it's useful to see what the trend is based on this indicator. That way you're trading with it, not against it, because this is a trend trading type of situation right here. If you're doing stuff for reversals and stuff, it might be a different story. But anyways, that's what that ribbon is for down there, to give you, so you can quickly look down and see what the trend is. Gives you better trading opportunities by knowing that. So that's kind of how MetaStock can help you in this, and with the charts and stuff, applying different indicators, applying different expert advisors. It's really neat. Whether you're brand new at trading or you know what you're doing, it's still awesome, because you can go through this entire list and you can start applying different analysis to the charts. You can find things that work together. You can, focus on one specific system. And so after we've kind of figured out that, hey, we can have MetaStock give us buy and sell signals with the expert advisor, what if I wanted to find a trade today? Because that's what's great about the scanner. We're going to go through that right now. We can actually scan for these buy signals or these sell signals today, and that'll basically give us opportunities that we can look at today. So I'm going to exit out of this, and we'll go over the scanning now. And while I kind of get that set up really quick, do we have any questions about the expert advisor or anything? If so, feel free to ask, and I'll continue my role here. Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, great. Okay. Is there anything I should show? Okay, you're fine. Maybe I should open the chart back just. Yeah, so you can copy the list of exploration results and you can paste them on Excel. Yes, I would be happy to do that. We'll go through the process, and then yeah, with the time that I have left, we'll go through layouts and templates, and I'll show you guys that. That'd be great. Okay, so cool. Thank you, Greg. All right, you guys, we'll proceed from here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to scan for these MACD buy signals. I'm going to close out of the chart, go to the Power Console. That's where we do everything, and we go to Explore. Now, let me kind of explain this Explore window before I run anything. You're going to quickly see, there's a box up here with a scrolly bar on the side that we can scroll through, and then below as well that we can scroll through. And then we have some customization stuff over here on the right. So the box up here, this allows us to pick the system that we want to use to scan for. So for an example, we wanted to scan for MACD buy signals. We're going to find that MACD system right in this list right here. Let's see. So should be down here. Okay, we're going to do the MACD expert system. And I did run a scan already, but I'm going to run it again because it's actually pretty quick. This system's fast, and I just want you to kind of see what it looks like when running a scan. So we're going to do the MACD expert system, and then we're going to run it on the S&P 500. And to pick the list you do want to run it on, we'll do the S&P 500. That's actually below. This is all the data that we have to offer, which is quite a bit. We do offer global data, all markets and everything. So we have a lot. Anyways, I open up my public online data list right here. I got my index constituents, which is usually closed, which I would open up that, and then I can see my S&Ps, my NASDAQ. I got the S&P 500 selected. So now that I got my system selected, which one I want to scan for, we're doing the MACD, and then I have the list we're going to run it against. We got that selected. Now let's customize the scan over here to the right. So we're just going to run it on daily intervals, and we're going to load just 250 records. It's just 1 year, basically, when we open up the chart. Going to use the filter, and that's really it. One thing you'll notice down more below is if we do run multiple systems, which I can kind of go more into, you can actually sort which systems to scan first, and then you can take the results of the first system, I'll filter through to the next system, and then the next system can look for signals then. I don't want to confuse you guys, so we won't go into that, but this is as much as we're going to customize for now. Really quick, while I'm starting the exploration, this is kind of the screen you're going to get. It's going to show the one exploration we're running, how much instruments we're running it against, and the system we're using here. It shows that we've rejected 93% so far, so we'll let this run. I do have a question while that runs. It looks like the question is, this is end of day or real-time software? So I'm actually running this presentation on my real-time software. The end of day software will look pretty much exactly the same. The main difference between the two softwares, the end of day software, you'll get end of day data, and this software, I get market data while the market hours open, so I can get real-time data. And with the real-time software, because of that, I have access to intraday intervals such as tick charts, minute, and hourly, and I can run scans on any of those intervals. With the end of day software, you'll only see daily through yearly intervals. So that's the main difference. All the tools are the same though. This is just about done running. And thank you for the question there, Sanjay. I thought it was a little bit faster than this, but it's doing all right. Okay, now we have our list of results. Great, you guys were able to see the entire process there. So this is what somebody would do on a regular day-to-day basis when they're using MetaStock software. Instead of going through chart by chart, looking for a MACD crossover or anything like that, maybe you have 50 securities that you watch, we can scan them every single day and just get our list right away. As you'll notice down here in this box, this is where all of our results are. We have a results tab and rejected. These are all the securities that did not meet the criteria of a buy or sell signal. A part of this scan, we also get overbought and oversold situations as well. There was just a buy/sell signal only scan, I believe, though. You'll see these columns: buy, sell, overbought, oversold, and then the symbol name. You can actually sort these columns by clicking on them. So if we just are looking at buys, we can take that, sort the buys, sort the sells. We have a few more sells today, it looks like, on the MACD. Sort the overboughts and oversolds, and basically go directly to some stocks that you might want to see right away. It looks like I have another question here by Hatim. If I am importing data about the instruments from another data source, is it possible to do that? Yes, you can actually use local data within MetaStock on our end of day platform, as well as the real-time platform. You can't use local intraday data though, only local end of day data. With intraday data, it has to come from our source. But yeah, absolutely, that's definitely doable. Thank you for the question there. So we're going to open up this chart here. it looks like Old Dominion has a buy signal with the MACD indicator there. So let's open it up. It's easy as pie. Just double click on the security there and it will open it up in the background. So I'm going to minimize that. And it looks like we already have everything attached. That's great. I think I opened this up previously. Typically, when you open a chart, if you haven't worked on it yet, it will open up blank because I already checked this out before the presentation started. I applied everything and here we are. As we can see today, we do have that buy signal, so we were able to scan for that. The line on the MACD is about to cross over, right, which it is, and that's why it's showing the buy signal there. And then we have the commentary saying it's bullish. We got the trend ribbon down here, bullish. Everything's starting to look more bullish on this. This is not a recommendation to get into the trade at all. This is just a presentation to show you the software itself. I just want to state that really quickly. But this is kind of what you can do with the MetaStock software, is scan for these buy signals, these sell signals. It gets you these up. The way I like to look at it is it's kind of like a sifter. Like I'm taking this whole, this big sand sifter full of sand, and I'm sifting through all of it and looking for my gems. And that's kind of what it makes me feel like I'm doing when I'm running scans, especially when I run scans and I find great opportunities. And it's just a very unique tool, very cool. But what's really unique that I want to hurry up and go over is with this scanner, you can actually create your own formulas and you can look for pretty much whatever you want. You can filter stock prices, volume, criterias. You can put a whole bunch of different stuff together with the MACD, with other indicators, and you can combine a bunch of stuff and then scan for that. And it will look for all these criterias and give you a list. And just kind of like what we just did here with the MACD. You know what? Thank you for the question there, Sanjay. Please, or not question, but please suggest some powerful explorations. I'm going to be honest, that is hard to answer because they all have their power behind them based on what you're interested in. I am happy to go through explorations and systems that I personally like. But for the purpose of the presentation, I'm going to go through the tools really quick, and then we'll go through templates and layouts, and I'm going to suggest some systems that I really like myself, so you guys can take a look at that. Thanks, Sanjay. So anyways, now what I want to do with MetaStock to kind of complete my analysis is like, okay, so we know that the MACD is providing a buy signal today on Old Dominion, but I don't want to just jump in and take any buy signal. I don't know really how good the MACD is, trading by itself on this security or any system really. So that leads us to our next tool, which is the system tester. What the system tester is going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to grab this MACD system, apply it to the, let's just say this symbol right here, Old Dominion, and run a test to see how profitable it would be for us if we followed this system, buy when it says buy, sell when it says sell, and we'll be able to get information on how profitable this system is for us. Now, this is another unique tool because this is how you find good systems in the software, especially maybe if you're new or want to explore different trading technical systems. This is a great tool to begin with. So I'm going to go through that next, and I'm going to close this out. But before I do, are there any more questions about explorations or anything like that? Please feel free to ask. Hey, Greg. Okay, great, thank you. All right, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna show you guys how to test the system and see if it's worth, following signals. So now that we go back to the Power Console, we're gonna go to the System Tester tab. And again, it looks a lot like the Explore tab, as you can see. It really is similar to it. So we're gonna pick our system. We're gonna do the MACD expert system right here. And then below, we're going to, sorry about that, hold on. Below, we're going to pick our list of which ones we want to test it against. And we are going to actually, what's neat is there's an exploration where it says, or sorry, a test that we can do. We can run it against our last exploration results, which is neat because then we can take that and we can back test all the results that we just got for buy and sell signals, and we can see which securities it worked best with. So I'm going to select the last exploration results, and up here we're going to customize that. We can do just long trades, just short trades, or both. I'm going to do both in this presentation here. We're going to change to a daily interval, and right here we can test. It says use the last 4,000 records, but we're not going to do 4,000 days of data. We're going to do, let's say, 1 year. I think 1 year is 1,250. Yeah, so, or no, that's sorry, not 1 year, 5 years. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so we got the daily interval, and then right here, there's a trade option. This is how we actually customize the system test itself. You have a few different tabs. We have reporting, account, broker, trade execution. You know, in reporting, you can do trading signals, stop sign, whatever, display trading signals. We want to display all this stuff. That's kind of default right there. Go to the account tab. There's a points only test, and then there's an actual equity test. For this scenario, since we're doing stocks, we want to test our portfolio with, you know, equity there. So we're going to put, let's say $100,000 in the account is what we're trading with. And we're going to trade, for every trade, we're going to do, let's just say 20% of our equity will go towards each trade. And that's kind of what's going to be calculating in the background. The points only test, which I had selected previously, that is good for if you're trading Forex, because Forex is trades a little bit different, testing is a little bit different. So you select points only, and then you can test systems for Forex better that way. But due to the stocks, we're going to just do equity. And then there's broker stuff. So if you have margins, if you have you know, commissions and stuff like that, you can put all that stuff to really customize it more, to make it more personalized towards your trading, of course. And then trade execution stuff where you can include slippage and trade price and stuff. So I'm going to keep all that the same, and I'm going to click OK. So now that we have it customized to that, I'm going to run the system test. And again, it's going to be on 21 securities, and we're doing 5 years back. So this is running down here. There's a little screen that goes. It's actually, system testing is very quick. It's pretty cool. When it's done, you click view results. I'm going to extend this. Okay. So this is a really awesome window to see. This is, you can see these green and red bars. Those are basically how much money we've made with that system in the last 5 years. We can sort that by clicking net profit over here. Double click it, and then we could see our most profitable to our least profitable, or biggest loser anyways. And that's kind of what we do when you run a system test. I always, you know, organize that and see right away what are my highest profitable ones. And it's kind of funny because today we got the MACD presented that signal for the Old Dominion, and it's actually the most profitable one on that whole list that we had a signal from MACD today of the 21. This one was the most profitable one out of all of those, which is kind of funny. So you can see the whole list there. You can see in this information area, we can see how many trades we've taken, which in the Old Dominion one, we would have had 167 trades over the last 5 years. We would have won 84, lost 83, so it's almost a flip of a coin. But the average profits when we did win, we would average 1.56 compared to losses. Yeah, that was the average profits / average losses. So that's good right there. So we won, you know, overall $26,000 is what we made during that 5 years. It was a 26% gain. So that would be pretty good over 5 years, right? Maybe you, I guess it's up to you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get more information. I'm going to double click on it. and I'm going to get this next window here. This window is going to give you information about the entire test. So how much we profited, performance, it was 26% increase, annualized performance 5%, buy and hold. And this is good information because you can also see which systems would do better than buy and hold. It would have been better to just buy and hold this stock, but as a trader, we're looking for good trading systems, and this is good information to still see. So yeah, there's all different types of information here on this page. You got your accounting, all your equity stuff. There's just a bunch of stuff, trade efficiency there. But this isn't all. Up here, there's tabs. We have, so this is the summary page. We have the orders page, the position, equity, and system. To go through it fairly quickly, the orders will just kind of show you every single order you've taken. I think it's every day, and then it shows you which orders you've placed. So just in case you want that, we have positions, gives you some more information here, and then equity. This is actually the most important page in my opinion. This is the equity line. You can see this little graph. It starts at $100,000. That's what we put as our portfolio. And then over the 5 years, which is 1,200, and it looks like here 1,240 days or bars, this is where we ended. What's important when running a system test is you want this equity line to gradually go up the smoothest that it can. And I'm going to show you an example of an equity line really quick that doesn't have that. So this is the best equity line probably out of all these results, maybe not, but this was the most profitable equity line right here. Let's go back and show you another one that didn't do too well. Looks like I'm lagging out a little bit. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're back to this page. When you click the back button, you get back to this page here. What I'm going to do is scroll to the bottom, and let's look at the worst, the one where we actually would have lost money. We would have lost $8,000 over 5 years if we traded with the MACD system on, following all the signals and stuff. So if we go directly to the equity line, this is more of a not so good equity line. At first, it was kind of okay. As we kind of go, it has a lot of downfall, builds back up, kind of goes down again. But then as of like the last couple of years, we just was bad. We just kept losing and losing. So this is kind of an example of a bad equity curve. You can tell the difference between the first one and this one. So if I were looking at these two systems based on the MACD, or sorry, these two securities based on the MACD system alone, I would definitely feel more comfortable following its trades and its guidelines on the first one. I wouldn't feel too comfortable. And that's what's neat about the backtester is we're able to do our analysis this way and get that comfort level that we're looking for when we're looking for systems, looking to get into trades. Basically, when we're trading purely off of technical analysis like this, this is a good tool to have. I've got some questions here, so I'm going to hurry and read through them. By Bruce Gill here. On charting, is there the ability to chart volume versus price as opposed to volume versus date? I find that handy for confirming fib levels and support resistance levels. Yes, actually, so there isn't anything for volume at price that comes standard in MetaStock, but we do offer, and this is a good time to talk about this really quickly, we do offer add-ons. Add-ons are systems, I kind of briefly went over this earlier, they're systems you can buy. They're additional systems anyways created by successful traders. One of them is called Volt, which does provide volume at price. And Bruce, what I'll do is I'll actually send you information on this after. I actually really like it myself. I've used it in accordance to other systems to find those support levels, those heavy support and resistance levels. It's actually a really good add-on, and you can scan for these high voltage areas, is what they call it, high voltage, meaning the price is at this a very extreme support or resistance level, and so you want to watch it to see what's about to happen. I'll send you information on that, Bruce. But yes, it's possible just with the add-on. Okay, so back to this. Yep, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Yeah, and also if you're having a hard time getting these kinds of results, I'm happy to help you. You're welcome to reach out to me afterwards. I'll make sure to leave my information because I'm more than happy to help you. Also, we have a great support team that would be more than happy to help. They're an awesome support team too. So make sure to reach out if you're having a hard time with the software. But I'll make sure everything's going well for you too. So feel free to reach out to me, and I'll help you. Um, yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, it's 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending on when they reach out. But yeah. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, there is a white glove service when starting. And I was going to kind of go over this at the end of the presentation, but since we're on it now, we do offer free one-on-one appointments to our new clients and even existings. If you guys need help or something, it's a 2-hour appointment. They'll call you sometime within the first hour, and they will go through the software with you, answer all the questions right over the phone. So it's a great free service that we offer. And I think that's all the questions for now. So I can kind of continue here. So you know what I want to do is we already looked at the Dominion chart. That's the first one we looked at. I'm going to open that chart up. So let me go back here. I'm going to open that chart back up. This is kind of being slow for me right now. So there it is. So you can click it, and we can click plot on chart. There's a button down here called plot on chart after we find the one we want. And it's going to open up the chart, and it's going to plot all the buy and sell signals there and kind of show you all the trades that were made to get this analysis report. One other thing I wanted to mention, I don't think I mentioned it earlier, when you're watching a chart and you have an expert advisor attached, when a signal pops up, you actually get alerted. And this is the alert window that's showing up here. It'll tell you what's going on based on the expert advisor, just to let you know. And so if you have like 5 or 6 charts open, different expert advisors on them, you'll get alerts for these signals that are popping up to alert you and say, hey, this is what's going on, in case you did want to jump into trades or anything. You can customize noises for these alerts. There is a way to get emails if you're on the RealTime software. You can get emails. My support team can help with that. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of go over that. So we're going to open that chart. That chart go behind. Yeah, there it is. And I'm going to close this. It's okay to close things. I'll show you guys how to reopen it in case you guys do that. But these, you're going to see, it kind of looks a little messy here with all these different numbers and these trades going on. But it's just trying to point out all the trades that it took. And what we can do to really clean up the chart is file. You know what, there's an easier way. Down here, there's a little button. I didn't kind of go over these with all these color palettes, but you can change colors of things like moving averages by selecting it and clicking a different color. There's also different templates down here. Number 1 is in a clean template. So I can apply the clean template, and let me close out of the background one. And this is what a clean template looks like. I can then apply the MACD again. There's the alert, and we'll pull on the MACD indicator. Okay, so what I did want to do really quick is just kind of look at some of these trades, because we saw that it was an actual pretty good system for this. And to kind of explain that, different securities will have different personalities, and these different strategies, some of them work really well with some securities while they won't work well with others. And I showed you an example of that on the equity line of a different security. And that's just the personalities of securities, the psychology of the trading is always different. So the idea behind the system tester is to look for a strategy that matches the chart, so that your trades will be more accurate and stuff. But anyways, there's some really good trades that this has came up with, like based on the MACD. There's a really nice trade right there. We had a good sell signal right here for shorts. I mean, there's some really good trades. And when you do this with other systems, you're going to find this a lot as well. So that was the system tester right there. Now I'm getting some questions and stuff. Let me go through that. Can I use local data on RT chart? Yes, you can use local end of day data. You cannot use local intraday data. One thing that's neat about MetaStock software is you can download the data that we provide you with, store it locally on your computer, and you can run it in offline mode. And if you're going to be on a plane or somewhere where you don't have internet access, you can still do analysis on daily through yearly charts. Is there a tool like pen to write? Says Hatim. And Hatim, yeah, so we have a trend line type of tool. It's over here. It's like this diagonal line on the very left side. And there's a pen. And what it does is it'll click and snap to that spot you clicked, and then you can drag it so you can draw trend lines and stuff. And then to delete them off charts, select it and click delete. Hi, Blinked and missed how you got the exploration up on the left of the screen. How I got the exploration up on the left of the screen, I'm not quite sure what you mean. Let's see.
Can I help?
Yeah, if you can, that'd be great.
I think he meant the expert commentary. Have you got the expert commentary?
Oh, the expert commentary. Yeah, great. So let me kind of undock it and I'll start from scratch to show you. So if you have a system and expert advisor attached and you want to pull the commentary up, the easiest way to do that, there's actually two easy ways, and I'll show you both of them. For those of you that are using MetaStock, you can right click anywhere in the chart and then this menu will pop up. Just hover over expert advisor, select commentary, it's over here, and then it'll pull up in the menu. If you want to snap it on either side of the screen, right or left, you just drag it to that side and it'll just snap to it. So there's that way. There are other easy ways. Down here in the very bottom right, next to the little date ribbon here, you can right click in there, and then there is the expert advisor properties in here. So there's commentary. There it is. And then snap it over. Now it looks like we have a little, yep, go ahead. It's okay. It's okay. Let's. Yeah, very good question. Thank you so much for asking that. Now, the way I would do that, and I'm going to run through it again really quickly, is we would do that through the system tester. There is a lot of tests, a lot of systems in MetaStock. So what I'm going to do is, let's say I'm just going to choose a few of them. I'm just going to grab like 3 of them, and I would just select them. Okay. PS, and let's do the RSI or not with optimization, relative strength index, RSI. We'll do that one. Okay, so we got 3 of them. This is a quick example. You could select all of them at the same time if you wanted, and then we're going to go down here and select the list we want to run it against. For purposes of being quick, I'm just going to run it on the S&P 100. We're going to do both long trades and short trades, and we're going to test it on let's do 2 years of data. We're going to do daily. So start system test. We got SP 100 selected plus the different systems. And we're going to let this run through. Hopefully it'll be fast. They typically are. Let's see. Looks like it's being slow. Anyways, while that runs through, you can then pull up that same report that I showed you that will show how profitable the system is compared to, what would be faster. It is almost done, but it would have probably been better if I just ran it on one specific security itself rather than the whole S&P 100. This is another way to go kind of deeper into the testing analysis, where we can back test the whole S&P 100 with all these different systems, and we'll actually get to see which systems are the most profitable on the S&P 100 as a whole. And then we got to go one layer deeper and see which security is it the most profitable on within the S&P 100. So I'm going to show you right here. So this screen right here, we selected 3 systems. We ran it on the entire S&P 100. You're going to see it looks like 4 systems. We have 4 systems right here. It looks like our best profitable system was the best profit right here. that's the average net profit. But anyways, the MACD expert system scored the highest, which is kind of silly, but the highest profitable was the relative strength. And the reason it's red is because I think it's meaning the highest profitable security, a part of the S&P 100, was with the relative strength system. So what I did is I just double clicked on the RSI system there, and it pulls us to this window. Now, again, you're going to see all these bars. Well, this is the same window we were looking at, but now we're just one layer deeper in the S&P 100 with that one system on the RSI. We actually had, see this, what the RSI had the most profitable, basically security out of all those systems tested on the S&P 100, and it looks like Philip Morris. There's a 20% gain over 2 years, but there was only 7 trades. If you want to trade a lot more than that, this is a good thing to look at, because you might want to find something with like 40 trades or something like that, you know, whatever you'd prefer. But every single time we traded, we won. If you can see that trade prof. So our winners against our losers, 7 of the 7 were winners. I'm going to open that up, and now we can see the equity curve of this one. So it just went straight up. Look at that. For the first, it looks like you can see all these periods, 10 periods, 15 periods, 20, up until about 135. We didn't do much. You know, there was nothing going on. There was no signals for about a half a year or so. Anyways, then we did get signals. We got about 7 trades since that point, and we've just kept moving up. What you can then do is plot it on chart and everything, but that's how you find the most profitable system. Is you take a bunch of systems, run it against something, and see your different equity curves and stuff like that. And again, you can sort them by most profitable to least profitable, so it's easy for us to see which ones are very profitable with that specific system. And when you run this with like 30 different systems, you're going to find some really good systems in there. Especially based on your preference, your portfolio and stuff. And results will vary based on portfolio, based on how you set things up, they can vary. This was a very straightforward portfolio that we did, just $100,000 with, I think, 20% equity per trade is what we put in there. And these were the results. So anyways, we can take this, or these like top 5, we can create a custom list, add them to our own list, and we can watch them every day because they were profitable with this system. We can watch them every day with this system. Or we could just take all the profitable ones, which it looks like half of them were, and we can add them to a list, and we could scan them every day for buy signals based on this RSI system. We can go back to like the MACD, or sorry, not the MACD, the ACT, and look in there as well. Net profit, this one was pretty good too. That one was really good. If we go to Apple, it's really good on Apple. Double click it, go look at the equity line, and look at how good the ACT system works on Apple. I would have a lot of confidence trading Apple with this system. I can include other systems with it too, but that's an idea of how to find profitable systems in MetaStock. Thank you for that question there. Looks like we're getting pretty short on time. Do I have any other questions before I move on? I want to try to quickly show templates and stuff, templates and layouts, and then we'll move on to a trial for those that don't have MetaStock. How are you getting these detailed report? Sanjay, so if you go to System Tester, click into a system, click the list you want to run the system against, click, I'm in daily intervals. I'm doing both long trades and short trades, then I'm running the test. If you're getting different results, that could vary because of your trade options. Make sure if you want to try to get the same results, make sure your trade options are similar to mine, which is $100,000 in equity. 20% of that is going towards each trade. That's what I have selected there. So you should be getting the same type of results if you're running the same scans, if you have all this selected like I do. So anyways, moving on, what I wanted to do is tell you guys about templates. I think it's a really cool thing to know, and especially as a new user or even older user. I'm going to open up Apple, and you can select templates from this list, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you templates in when we're in Apple. View. Okay, so if you right click in the chart, you can click apply template. It's going to open up this list. This list is a bunch of different templates of different technical analysis charts, basically. What a template is a chart or a look that is saved with specific indicators, specific charting styles, anything that if you have a specific look that you like, you can save it as a template, and you can always apply this template to any chart, that you would like to do. So I'm gonna just apply one. Let's kind of look through here. I'm going to apply, let's do the ACT template, the Mama Fama that we saw in the back testing one. Let's just apply that one, kind of see what that looks like. So let me close out of this old one. Okay, this is a template right here. When you apply a template, you're going to see the expert advisor will be attached to it, and it'll have indicators based on the template that it wants you to have. But this is the Mama Fama. You can see the buy signals, sell signals. This is a great system. I like the ACT systems a lot. Other templates we can select are, for those candlestick fans, Steve Bigelow's chart pattern or candle profit system add-on that we offer is great. This is kind of what his template would look like. You can apply different templates. You can see different patterns based on different add-ons, and that's what templates are. If you wanted to create your own template, though, let me close out of these, and I'll go through this really quick. We're about to run out of time here. This is me creating up my own template. I'm going to add, so I'm going to go to the indicator quick list. I'm going to add, let's add some moving averages. We just drag the moving average over to the price bar because we want the moving average to be the moving average of the prices. I'm going to do a 50 period simple moving average. I want it to be blue. I'm going to go to the color and style, click blue, and I want it to be a little bit more thick than that. So I'm going to click that, and now we have our moving average. I also want to do candlesticks. I prefer candlesticks when I'm looking at charts. I'm going to double click on the price points there, click candlesticks, and I like to see up is green, down is red. You can do whatever you'd want though. Anyways, click apply, and we'll change that to candlesticks. I also like to look at the stochastic oscillator, which is a very popular indicator. So I'm going to grab that, drag it up here. When you're dragging new indicators that need to be in a separate window, not on the price, you need to drag them up. When the white box appears, that means it's going to be in a separate window. So we drag up there. You can change the parameters of it. We're doing the by default 14, 3, and 3. And you could change the color. Let's do blue since we're going to go with the blue theme. So we have our oscillator there. And again, this is a whole nother trading system too. You can do with the oscillator. But now, let's say you can make it as complex as you want. But let's say I want to save this look as like a template. And I want to apply it to other charts. So I want to save it. So what I'm going to do is go to Save As, File, Save As, and then down here you could save it as a template, and we'll do test temp, and we'll save it. And now let's close out of here. So if I go back to the Power Console, because I saved it as a template, we can now always pre-select it in this list. We saved it as test temp. There it is right here on this list. So we can open that up. And now let's open IBM with this template. And basically the chart will open with that template. I feel like that's a pretty good presentation right there to kind of go over all the main tools for you guys to see the value behind these tools. So I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint here since we're kind of running out of time. The recap, there was another tool I didn't go through, which was the forecaster. I was going to try to cram that in, but it looks like I didn't have enough time. So we went over the expert advisor, the scanning, the back testing, not the forecaster, but there's also a lot more in the software itself. This was just the main primary tools that I feel like almost any trader can take advantage of. The expert advisor will give you those buy and sell signals. It'll give you the commentary, the trend ribbon. There's multiple expert advisors that can do other things as well, like point out candlestick patterns on the chart. That's the expert advisor. We can scan for these signals if we want to scan for these buy signals, sell signals, candlestick patterns, you name it. We can scan for those. The expert advisor and scanning connects to each other like that. We can also back test these different securities, these lists, to get profitable systems behind our strategy here. Because when we use our scanner, we can come up with 40 different buy signals. We don't know which one to get into. We want to really bring that list down, and we want to use our backtester to get the most profitable securities based on the system we were using to get those signals. So we're going to backtest them and get something profitable for us so that we can feel more comfortable. You might come up with like four signals today or whatever day that would be profitable, and that's okay. You can then do more analysis on those, or you could jump into all of them, whatever, it's discretionary, whatever you'd like to do, of course. And then the forecaster is another tool where you can forecast the probability cloud of the trend based on events that have happened in the past and the event that's currently happening. Gives you a bunch of statistics and stuff. There's YouTube videos of the forecaster that you can watch. If you search for forecaster on our YouTube channel, you should be able to find some great videos about that. I do have a question here. Let's see. What is the quickest way to change instrument and remain in the same template? Good question. So you can easily do that by just typing on the chart. So let's say I want to open up Apple. I can do AAPL.O, and it just pulls up our instrument search function. Start typing, and then I click enter, and it'll be stuck in the same template there. Also, if you have the template open and you're in a custom list, there's a couple arrows down here below that are grayed out because I'm not in a custom list. If I was in a custom list, I'll add 5 securities. I can click through, I can actually go through that list by clicking these arrows. It'll just go to the next security that's available on that list by clicking those arrows. And also how to change the time interval. I didn't really go through this in detail, my apologies, but to change the interval of the chart, there's this letter down here that's D, that means daily. When you click it, you can change the intervals. If you're on the end of day software, you don't see any of these intraday intervals. You'll see daily through yearly. But yeah, great question, thank you. Okay, so back to that. So yeah, and then on top of that, you guys, there's a lot more analysis you can do in the software. If you're new to trading, let our expert advisor help you. Let our scanner help you sift and find some great opportunities. I know it can because it has for me. You can use MetaStock to trade options, trade Forex, really anything you want to trade. MetaStock can help you with that. You're going to be doing technical analysis with the software, but as you can see, there's so many systems you can use, and you can do different types of analysis to find a good, comfortable system that's going to be good for you and fit your trading criteria. So on to the trial. If you did want to give MetaStock a shot, which I highly recommend you do, even just to try it out for a little bit here, there's no commitments. The real-time version or the intraday version is $250 per month. That also includes our Zenith software for fundamental research like global live news, financials, and all that. That comes with real-time software, not with the end-of-day software. But anyways, for the real-time software, you're looking at $250 per month. That doesn't include exchange fees. Exchange fees make data live. We can get into that if you're interested. And then the end-of-day software is $69 per month based on the region you have. However, there is a 3-month trial that we are offering for anybody that's new. Maybe you want to test the features out, or you're not sure if the software is for you. No problem. There's no commitments in this trial, you guys. All you have to do is pay the first month, either the $69 or the $250. We'll give you 2 more months for free. On top of that, you're going to get the ebook and training videos called Unleash the Power of MetaStock, which is a $99 value. And then we're going to set you up with a free one-on-one appointment with one of our MetaStock experts to help you through the software and answer all your questions. You're welcome to contact me by calling my direct line here if you want to get set up, or if you have any further questions. You can also go to our support page, or our chat page, and you can ask for me in our sales chat room. You can just ask to speak with Edward, and I'll be glad to help you. I actually forgot to put my email address in there. So let me try to, I'm going to edit that. I want you guys to have my email address in case you need me or anything. And I'm going to just put it right here since I already basically typed out at metastock.com. Okay, let's do that and let's present. And so this is my email address. Take a screenshot of this, you guys, or whatever. Ask for me in chat. Take a screenshot though so you have my details. You can reach out to me for any further questions or any help you might need. That does the full hour though. Please go ahead and ask questions if you have any. It looks like I do have one. Can I apply the forecaster with the template? The forecaster is its own tool. It opens up separately. You cannot apply the forecaster as a part of the template. it opens up a whole separate chart and to basically a whole another thing, kind of like the system tester, for example. But thank you guys so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. You know, it was fun to hang out. Thank you for all the questions, and please reach out to me if you need anything. I'm going to wait for some more questions.
Hey, Edward, we have one more question off YouTube, if you don't mind.
Nope.
Just if you could go back into MetaStock, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do this, but Nylish asked to show this. So just go into MetaStock.
Okay.
We're looking at a chart of Apple. Can you click on Insert Instrument for me?
Insert. Okay.
And then I'll just type in like DIA. Nylish, I think this is what you're asking for. And this is how you do it in MetaStock. You can overlay and then overlay without scale. It would be fine. Okay. Or new scale on the left. But Nylish, I believe that answers your question in terms of how you do that. If not, get in touch with Edward and we'll figure out what exactly you're asking for, okay?
This moved it down. Sorry, let me try. Maybe right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That just is that's the Dow Industrial Average with Apple in the background. So it's cool. How you overlay an instrument.
Yeah, got it. Nice. Thanks, Jeff. All right, you guys. I'm not getting any more questions. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and get on out of here and answer the emails that I'm going to have coming in from this. You guys have a very good one and stay safe out there.